signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is May 12, 2022. It is exactly 2 a.m. I would have started earlier, but my computer was taking forever to turn on. This is my back end. A lot going on yesterday after I had already recorded, and I could not record afterward because my husband had the computer. All right, so let's go on Twitter, which I am now. First tweet. So there it is. The Marshall Plans for Mom movement has announced a new business coalition that includes Patagonia and Archewell, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's foundation. To join, companies must offer staff a child care subsidy or benefits or intend to provide one. Okay, so that I saw it. It was going on around. I copy, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tweets regarding that, but I didn't read the article to know exactly what what was really said, because I was waiting for me to record. So I'm gonna click on the NewYorkTimes.com. Hopefully I could read it. Yes, I can. So I'm gonna put the link up. No, I cannot. I cannot read it. But what I'll do, I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to read. I'll find another article to read. All right, so I left the link for you guys, but I cannot read it. All right, so that's that. And Omid's tweet continue. Marshall Plan for Mom is aiming to center mothers in America's economic recovery by advocating for policies that support them. I think it was in one of my recording yesterday, I was talking about something that reflect and why I was a stay-at-home mom. I don't remember why I brought me being a stay-at-home mom, but the main reason was because I didn't have someone to look after my child. Okay, in a statement announcing the nonprofit's National Business Coalition for Childcare, Meghan has provided a few words on the topic. Yes, they were talking about Meghan running for office. That's what it was. And I was like, nah, she's not going to be running for president. I think she'll be more for advocating for certain policies and all of that. And there were a lot of tweets in response to that were pretty much aligned to some of the things that I was saying. So that's what it was. Quote, families everywhere, and especially working moms, are asked to shoulder so much. Quote, said Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, mom of two, and co-founder of Archewell. Quote, this has only been heightening by the pandemic with increased caregiving and responsibilities, rising prices, and economic uncertainty. As it's been said many times, it takes a village to raise a child. Today, we're sending a message that childcare isn't just a community imperative, it's a business imperative. Creating a stronger workforce starts with meeting the needs of families, end quote. And it could have been a video that I was making for members where I did a review on a CNN. Christiana Amopour was interviewing a former anti-abortion person. He went on CNN where he regret talking about it. So you will have to be a member to see that particular video. That's what it was. That's what it was. And that's when I raised it. So there's a lot of things he didn't understand. Now that he's much older, he's wiser, he understands, and he's like how wrong he was for being anti-abortion. And he sort of went and corrupt the mind of those evangelicals and stuff like that. So that was the video where I mentioned it. So you will, if you're not a member, you will not see that video. Okay. I just read that, so this is some of the replies. Very needed and great to see brands I admire getting on board. I can see Meghan's speaking to House committees about this issue in the future. This, I could see that also, but she's not the type who's gonna run for office or like president or something. I think she is more free to do this kind of thing, more flexible, because sometimes when you a representative, a public speaker in office, run for public office, sometimes you have to walk in a fine line because you want to be re-elected. So I don't think she'll be running for office. So this, I agree. Okay, Harry and Meghan are the blueprint of doing something tangible, not PR parade. Okay, Harry and Meghan are doing great. Love it. Okay, this is so desperately needed. Okay, I love this. Believe me, I would have been at work if I had childcare, because I don't want to go too more in my personal thing. Okay, I love this. Once again, showing that they don't just talk, they do. Great initiative. Just one thing though, quote, intended to provide one, end quote. Is there a must? Well, sometimes there are businesses who would like to be on board, but they're still looking for of finding their ways to do it. So if they, for instance, I'm just saying, I never own a company for me to say, but I could see a company who wants to do that, but they still establishing themselves, or perhaps they could a proposal showing Archewell how they're gonna do it, and then if Archewell have an input, they could guide them, and then this kind of thing, so they show them their plan for future, how they're gonna do it. This will further the conversation and help find solution for families with young children. Harry and Meghan are true leaders and pioneers. Okay, awesome and brilliant move. This is brilliant. Bravo, Archewell. They continue to walk the walk and talk the talk. Harry and Meghan are not happy with just the wave and appearances for photo opportunities. They need to properly get involved, nothing less than giving it their full commitment. Kudos to all of those involved. Yeah.
So you're affiliated, as many in your family are, with many, many charities. You're patrons of certain organizations. I read that you have about 15 charities that you're affiliated with. Your brother and sister-in-law have about 35, but that's less than some other members of your family, right? You all are doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So how do you focus?
So,
And tell us that by contrast, how many charities might other royals be affiliated with in different generations?
Hundreds. My grandmother had to rewrite the rule books to a certain extent. My father, my mother have also done it their way, and now we're the younger generation coming through, trying to do it our way, because the world has changed so much. We believe that by streamlining and by bringing people together in order to effect real positive change is the only way forward. And it worked for previous generations, and we will always say yes to becoming patron of a charity that we believe in and that we're incredibly passionate about. But I think in today's world, you have to be involved with things that make sense to where your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anyone.
And the other thing is that if those who like to copy, this is something that will benefit a lot of people. They could copy that, all right, because it will benefit other families instead of copying clothes and hair and all of that. Next tweet. Okay, they're still talking about that same issue. Mom and Duchess of Sussex weighs in on the need to solve childcare. Quote, families everywhere, and especially working moms, are asked to shoulder so much. This has only been heightening by the pandemic, with increased caregiving responsibilities, rising prices, and economic uncertainty. As it's been said many times, it takes a village to raise a child. Today, we're sending a message that childcare isn't just a community imperative, it's a business imperative. Creating a stronger workforce starts with meeting the needs of families. Yep, and as in many companies, they just want you to give them your energy, your 110%. But meanwhile, you can't really give 110%. Pretty much they want 100%, but majority of the time you would love to give 110, even 200%. But you're worried of what's going on at home, of your child, is the babysitter is coming and all of that. You can't give in all of your best. And then some of those employers don't even think or care that you have, you need somebody to take care of your child in order for you to be, to be in the office. And this is the tug of war those men, okay, MEN, are having with the way, with progressive, okay? They want to be in control of the financial. Not all, many of them. The reason I'm bringing this with the abortion and all of that, well, you will have to understand it if you are a member, because of that video where they want to control women, their bodies and everything like that, so they could do as they please. And then women, on the other hand, wants to be their own selves, their own being. And this is why many women are holding back, or taking or holding back on how will I say that, of starting a family, because they want their career, they want to advance their careers, they want to do a lot of other things, but men wants to control it, where you stay at home, do as I please. You have to see that video, because I read a thread that was very important that explained the foundation of the mindset of men, MEN, all right? Which is very dangerous. But if you give women full control of their bodies and allow them to make a decision that's right for them, and if those companies allowed provide healthcare, healthcare, but childcare, that is childcare for these families, these women, perhaps the Alito's reason for whatever the thing that was leaked, why he feel like Roe versus Wade should return. Again, you will have to be a member to see that video, because there was a very good thread that I read regarding a professor who explained the mindset of health. Okay, so again, you have to be a member to know exactly where I'm coming from. All right, let me continue. Exactly. Did I read that? It has been said many times. It takes, okay, yes, I did. Exactly. Children, families, and businesses all need Congress to act, as the centuryfoundation.org and CEPRDC, which is Center for Economic and Policy Research, promotes democracy debate on the most important economic and social issues affect people's life. This were followed because, some squatters, I guess, follow that. And let's see this one. See, many of these I didn't know. I didn't know they existed. Okay, okay, let's start all over. Exactly. Children, families, and businesses all need Congress to act. As TCF.org and CEPRDC found, a federal investment could yield $60 billion in economic activity from reduced business disruptions and state tax revenue, more from supporting good jobs. All right, so I'll go into that. So they did an article about it. There's a heart. I love this. And that Supreme Court thing, his main reason behind Roe versus Wade reversal is that he feel like there's not enough white, well, I will not say white, but you could see the mindset of that, children. Okay, so therefore they must force women to be to carry a child. But if they provide child care, maybe women will be more inclined to start family. And when you look at things in life in general, things needs to be balanced. They doing all of this nonsense, but when you look at what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, they're destroying, okay, killing people and all of that. So these are the things people need to take into consideration and thinking to do the right thing. Okay, our state will benefit if Congress truly invested in child care and pre-K. Okay, comprehensive child care and early learning policy benefits everybody. They don't want people to learn. That's the thing. They don't want to educate people. If you see the things that they're doing right now with the schooling system, they do not want to educate people. You could see like in Florida, they're preventing critical theory kind of thing. If people know their past and their future will have been much better, people will make wiser decisions and all of that. They don't even want these kind of things to be taught in school. So I thought I'd add this conversation that was going on Twitter that had nothing to do with the squads. I have no idea who these people are, but when I see certain things that interesting, I tend to read them. So this was one of them, and it fits perfectly to some of the things that I was discussing. It's been maybe a day later after I originally recorded my tweet video, and today is the 13th. May 13th, and it's 4 a.m. Finland says they fight this kind of thing taking hold by providing citizens excellent education. GOP's been defunding public education here for 40 years. See any correlation? With poor public education to make it easier to control people. It's been part of the plan for 40 years. That is true. That is true. And then there was someone who responded to that particular tweet. Okay, there's more conversation, but this one I took out of the main tweet. Okay, yep, there's a reason they're keeping school defunded, understaffed, and under attack. The wealthy wants to profit of privatizing the system. Okay, treat teachers like replaceable gig workers and control curriculum in order to hide their machinations and create ideal workers. That's a very good point. And the same thing is going in the UK. Look at all the things that's going in Florida, trying to prevent people from learning critical theories and all of that. So I thought I'd share this and insert it in the tweet. So let's go back to the original recording, to the original tweet. And but anyway, from the benefits to the American economy and businesses to the ways it improves healthy child development and educational outcomes to the prospects for greater gender, racial, and economic equity, everyone in the United States has something to gain from a significant investment in these areas. It seems like I'm doing two tweets at the same time, but as I'm editing, a lot of ideas are coming to me, so I thought I'll answer them. As I'm reading some of the tweets and the things that I'm answering, I thought of this. Life has a way of turning the table on people. Okay? For instance, you could look how they try to put down Meghan and trash her and all of that, but she still rise above the occasion and all of the nonsense that they doing to her. And when you look at society at large, since Board of Education versus Brown have been implemented, I believe it was 1954, right? So ever since then, the schooling system have been, in the United States that is, have been pretty much, they've been trashing it. You see a lot of whites taking their kids out of the public school system, put them in private and all of that. But the public school system, they've been destroying left and right. But when you look what's happening now in 2022, despite all those blockage, the hurdles they put black people and minorities in general, mostly black people, from getting education, they still find their way. Some parents don't mind working how many jobs to make sure their kids have education, and many of them have been succeeded. If you look at some minorities who have rise above the occasion, who the system was not designed for them to be at the positions that they have been. Let's say, for instance, President Obama. Let's go back. Let's say Thurgood Marshall, Clarence Thomas, Sonia Sotomayor, and as recently as, I hope I pronounce her first name right, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Right? So the system was not designed for them to make it. But their parents, their determination, work God knows how many jobs to make sure they got the education that they needed, because they know minorities have been through so much. They know that they need the education to have a better future, right? But this is the tricky thing here. I hope many whites are seeing. As much as they're trying to destroy the education system, things that will benefit the society at large, they don't want who are hurting from it. Look at January 6th. Majority of those people were whites. I don't know, many of them are very educated, but whatever is going through their mind, it's unbelievable. When you look at the South, I haven't been to the South. Even Florida, I've been wanting to visit Florida, but I don't even think I want to spend my money there. But when you look at the South in America, a lot of them are not educated. All right, so this is where, people need to be very careful. Even though you're destroying, when you are in power, you're destroying the system that will benefit everyone. When you're trying, your aim is to hurting certain groups, you're pretty much hurting yourself in the long run. Okay, so that crossed my mind while I'm editing. I thought I'd answer it. Oh my God, this video is gonna be long. I think I'm just in my first or second tweet, and I'm adding so much to it. All right, so let's get back to the original tweet. This report analysis review the specific ways the child care and universal pre-kindergarten pre-K policies that passes the House of Representatives as part of the Build Back Better Act in November 2021 and are still making their way through Congress will generate economic activity in all 50 states and Washington, D.C. If implemented, the policies will have tremendous positive impact on 2 generations of Americans, ensuring children have access to learning environments to give them a strong start in life, and supporting parents and other caregivers to pursue greater opportunities for themselves and their families. This report focuses on the shorter-term benefits to families and communities, but it is crucial to acknowledge that there are additional longer-term economic benefits for children and communities impacted. While the pandemic shone a spotlight on the crisis and made it worse, the decades-long failure of the U.S. government to invest in a comprehensive child care and pre-K system has long depressed economic growth in the United States. This report looked at the economic gains by the state to families, businesses, and state government that such an investment would provide. 1. $48 billion an increase to economic output from increased parental employment. 2. $60 billion in gain for businesses and state tax revenue from decreased childcare related disruption. And 3. At least a $30 billion boost to the economy from the expansion of childcare sector and related indirect and induced job increase. Okay, so there's a figure here. So I'm gonna stop reading here. You guys could continue read it. The link will be in the description. Okay, because it's a long read, and I look at this. You see, they give state by state how it could be impacted. All right, support small business, raise state tax revenues. Yeah, because when people are working, even the caregiver, they're gonna be earning some money, so they will be providing, they will have money to spend, this kind of thing. All right, so it's a long read. All right, you guys could go in it and read it. Now I'm going back to Twitter. Okay, so I read that, and next tweet, again, same topic. There's that. Quote, as it been said many times, it takes a village to raise a child. Childcare isn't just a community imperative, it's a business imperative. Creating a strong workforce starts with meeting the needs of families. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. I'll see if I could read that, and I'll also leave the link in the description. Okay, it's great that Meghan Markle and Archewell are supporting practical solutions to help working families by joining the Marshall Plans for Mom. Did I don't think, come on, oh, it's a hashtag. National Business Coalition for Childcare Consistent. All right. No family should have to choose between earning a living and having the freedom to take care of their child. That's me right now. This is why I'm a stay-at-home mom. I did not have childcare. I did not have it. Someone could have helped, but I didn't provide it. I'm not gonna get people in trouble, okay? There's that. Alright, let's see. Kudos to Meghan Markle for advocating for affordable childcare and paid family leaves. She knows that women and working families need support from the federal government to businesses to right the ship. Thank you, Duchess Meghan, for talking the talk and walking the walk on childcare through Archewell, living her beautiful life as an advocate. So true. It's great to see Archewell leading by example. Kudos to Meghan Markle for advocating for paid childcare and paid maternity leave. Those vipers and gray suits and their counterparts, pirates with press passes, wanted this brilliance to fade away. See what we would be missing if she was reduced to ribbon cutting, smiling and waving in the name of, quote, service to the crown, end quote. Haha. Thank goodness Meghan is free. Okay, bon travel. Okay, thank you, Meghan. Facts on facts. Absolutely right. Alright, so let me click on the article. I may not read all of it, but the link will be in the description. Okay, let's copy the title so you know this is what I'm talking about. And the link. Okay, the link will be in the description. Okay, Meghan Markle speaks out on national needs for childcare. Quote, working moms are asked to shoulder so much. The mom of two said, quote, creating a stronger workforce start with meeting the needs of families. By Stephanie Petit, May 11, 2022. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll read some of it. Meghan Markle is speaking out for fellow moms. On Wednesday, the Duchess of Sussex shined a spotlight on the child care crisis in the US and how it's not a family issue but a business issue. Meghan has joined the Marshall Plan for Moms and announcing a, quote, national business coalition for child care, end quote, that includes Meghan and Prince Harry's Archewell Foundation with the aim of expanding child care support for workers. As I'm reading this and I'm thinking, Harry, through Archewell, Harry is doing the thing that he enjoys doing. Through Archewell, Meghan is doing the thing that that she loves to do. Okay, each one of them are doing their own thing under the umbrella of Archewell, and this is why their organization have that tax bracket kind of thing. Okay, the Marshall Plan for Moms is a movement to center mothers and the country's economic recovery by advocating for policies that support moms. Quote, families everywhere and especially working moms are asked to shoulder so much, end quote, Meghan 40 said in a statement. Quote, this has only been heightened by the pandemic with increased caregiving responsibilities, rising prices, and economic uncertainty. She continues, as it has been said many times, it takes a village to raise a child, end quote. The mom of Archie, 3, and Lilibet, who turns 1 next month, added, quote, today we're sending a message that childcare isn't just a community imperative, it's a business imperative. Oh my God, that just crossed my mind. When Hoda was interviewing Harry, I think he sort of bring a small hint of this. I don't know, it just clicked me. Well, maybe that, but that just clicked. When Harry was talking to Hoda, he said, you know, working at home is something. Archie interrupt so much of their Zoom meetings and this kind of thing. If I find the clip, I'll put it. It's buried in there somewhere in one of my videos. Yeah, I remember him saying something like that. But it just clicked regarding that. Because if they have, you know, when you have childcare, you won't have kids interrupting you in your work and all of that.
Home for me now is you know, for the time being, it's in the States. And it feels that way as well.
Does it?
Yeah. We've been welcomed with open arms.
Yeah.
And it's got such a great community up in Santa Barbara.
So you feel like that's home more for you?
Yeah.
You got a whole restart.
Mm-hmm.
You have a whole new focus, a whole new nucleus. How does that land with you?
No, I think the focus is very much the same. Right?
Is it?
Yeah, certainly from my wife's point of view.
Yeah.
We've now moved that life of service to the States, and we'll continue to do what we were doing before. So in that regard, nothing's changed for us. It's just a little bit more complicated to have to sort of restart, if you know what I mean, from a blank canvas.
Sure. I feel like life happens on a random Wednesday. It doesn't have the highs and it doesn't have the lows. It's just Wednesday. So for you, how's your Wednesday? Like, how's life?
I'm glad you say it's a Wednesday rather than a Monday.
Yeah.
I still get, when I used to get Sunday night blues. It's like, Monday morning again, here we go. So yeah, Wednesday at least is midweek.
What's it like though?
Revolves around the kids as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Like, this whole working from home stuff is not all it's cracked up to be, because it's really hard when your kids and you are in the same place. It's really hard to separate the work from them because they kind of overlap. So, I mean, Archie spends more time interrupting our Zoom calls than anybody else.
Okay, where he said working at home is not what it seems to be. You have to make time for your family, your work, and your child, and kind of things like that. So he sort of gave us a hint of this. All right, creating a stronger workforce starts with meeting the need of families. Okay, there's this. Okay, childcare benefit could help ease the worker crunch, and advocacy campaign says. A survey by McKinsey and Company and Marshall Plan for Moms found that few workers had access to childcare benefits, but most mothers say such benefit will make them more likely to accept a job. Yeah, from experience, yes, and this is why I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I used to do freelance while I was at home. Due to certain circumstances, I stopped because I had to fight to get paid behind that. And I was like, you know what? I spoke about it in one of my videos not too long ago. It's on for members. Okay, Marshall Plan for Moms was among a number of organizations that received donation in late 2021 from Meghan and Harry's Archewell Foundation. It was announced when the family released their Christmas card. The card marked the first time the Duke and Duchess of Sussex released a family photo after welcoming daughter Elizabeth. Quote, this year, 2021, will welcome our daughter Elizabeth to the world. Archie made us a mama and a papa, and Lily made us a family. They said in the card, as we look forward to 2022, we have made donation on your behalf to several organizations that honor and protect families, from those being relocated from Afghanistan to American families in need of paid parental leave, end quote. Alright, in October, Meghan shared an open letter to Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, published by Paid Leave for All. Quote, over the past 20 months, the pandemic has exposed long existing fault lines in our communities. She wrote, at an alarming rate, millions of women drop out of workforce, staying home with their kids. That's me. That is me right now. Staying home with their kids as school and daycares were closed. That wasn't the reason, it's just that was before the pandemic. And looking after loved ones full time, the working mom or parents is facing the conflict of being present or being paid. The sacrifice of either comes at a great cost. Alright, so there's more to read. The link will be in the description. It's not much left, but I want to move on. I do not want to make an hour video. I'm going back to Twitter. Let me see. Next tweet. All right. Did I just read that? That's a different one, but still talking about it. Okay. Risha Masujani, founder, Girls Who Code. Okay. Marshall Plan for Mom, bestseller, Pay Up, out now. Mom. Okay, so there's this. Wow, 100. How many followers? 129,000 followers. Okay. Let's read. Honored to have Archewell as part of our new coalition of businesses who have committed to expanding childcare benefits for employees. Marshall Plan for Mom. Okay, so she retweeted the people.com. I'm not gonna read it. All right. I think. Do I have? Is that? Yeah, that's the one I was reading before. All right, the link is already in the description. Okay, and the words of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, quote, it takes a village to raise a child. We're sending a message that childcare isn't just a community imperative, it's a business imperative. Creating a stronger workforce starts with meeting the needs of families. Read our new report on the business case for childcare and join our coalition here. Okay, did I have that? I'm gonna click that so I could put the link for you guys, but I'm not gonna read it. All right, it's a lot, so the link will be in the description for you guys. Okay, everything that I click on my videos, whether I read it or not, I will leave it the link in the description for you. Okay, back to Twitter. All right, might want to limit comments on cuties because the trolls are coming, or prepared to hide in black. Okay, so she's giving a warning. Okay, this is so needed in your country. It's gobsmacking that the US is one of the only 6 countries without paid maternity leave. Meghan Markle, good luck. Meghan Markle is an inspiration to us all. Okay, brings no joy to my life. She hurt me trashing my what? That's the thing. This is the thing that she was warning. They're gonna come. She hurt your queen. Your queen hurt her too, where she almost took her life. Damn, these people. Who are you again? Okay, what an amazing initiative. Flexible childcare. Many women work F&B jobs, and the best shift are at night. That is true. That used to be me when I was doing freelance. I had to stay up at night to do the work, and then this is what really pisses me off. After I do all the things, stay up at night, and I still had to fight to get my money. Okay, let's see here. There's the next tweet. Meghan Markle speaks out on national needs for childcare. Working moms are asked to shoulder so much. I have this article in the description. There's that. Someone was saying something. I just put this. Alright. Okay. Cappy Catherine at people. We know you biased. Okay. How long did it take your Catherine to come up with 5 questions? These are the people. Let's go in it because that was a good someone who did a good response there. Alright. So I'm responding to that. Cappy and Catherine. Okay. At people, we know you biased. Okay, when this is me responded, how long did it take your Catherine to come up with 5 questions? Okay, you can ask anyone on the street what K knows for, and I promise you it will not be. Okay, that's not the thing that there was someone, this one, that's the one I was looking for. Okay, Meghan has been activist and feminist since she was 11 years old. How is she copying Catherine? Did she appear in Nickelodeon like Meghan? Alright, so that was a good one. And there's me responded, give a high 5. Okay, there's a laugh. Kate has never had an original idea in her life. But go on, dear. Let's see your imaginary proof. Yeah, I thought so. Doesn't exist, does it? Okay, nice try though. Okay, you will copy weighty and anything she ever did. She has zero accomplishment. Alright, so I'm moving on to the next tweet. That was one of the things that I wanted to show you. Alright, because you're gonna see all those haters. They have to show themselves to be part of the conversation. Like as if, I mean, the more they put their Cambridges into the conversation, the more, you know, they dig into their dirt, their nonsense. Okay, the other one says, oh, by smiling, that's help.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Okay, he himself said it. Nobody put a gun in his head saying, how can you help? Alright? He said just by smile. What the F a smile gonna do? It's actually gonna piss people off. Alright? When we know that you have the means to help much more than just a freaking smile. Okay, next tweet. The Duchess speaks the truth, and we are thrilled to hear her powerful voice on this. We see it every day and hear from some of our moms who lose their jobs due to lack of childcare. Thank you, Duchess Meghan. The Village Hens. They retweeted the People magazine article. I love how Meghan advocates for all women. Yes, and she has been consistent in this advocacy. At 11 or 12, from when she first took on Procter & Gamble, she continues today. Just last night, we received a referral from a struggling mom of 6 fleeing her abusive husband with this very issue. Meghan is the real deal. Wow. And that just brought me to the Johnny Depp thing. That woman freaking is making it worse for women who are actually in the situation. Wow. Damn. Let's see. Just last night, we received a referral from a struggling mom of 6 fleeing her abusive husband with this very issue. Meghan is the real deal. Wow, this is powerful. Meghan is the real deal. We know. With the squad, we know. Okay, for 19 years, I did it all alone. Work less hours and on weekdays so I can be home after school with 2 daughters. Work every weekend so I can add the extra hours. Thank God for home health that allow me as a nurse to navigate. Yes, I know what she's talking about. Believe me, getting up every morning to do the podcast. I know exactly. Was that she got COVID, stay home without pay. Then when she said when she and kids got second round of it, they let her go. Wow. There are so many moms who are let go because they can't afford the care. Even to qualify for the vouchers is catch-22. Who watch kids while she interviews? Wow. Okay, Meghan has always been an advocate for women, and I love her for that. There is no better time than now with everything going on to speak up for women. Keep it up, Meghan. Women and mothers need this now more than ever. Okay, there's this. Thanks. That's a clap. Thank you. Such a great initiative. Thanks. It's a labor of love. All right, next tweet. And this is another point as well. They're forcing women, which is what they're trying to reverse Roe versus Wade. They want to force women to keep a baby, and once the baby born, they're not willing to provide the necessities to keep the kid alive. This kind of thing. So that's women needs to think when they're voting, especially white women. But minority women tends to know. They use their experiences and struggles when they vote. But white women, they need to think twice, because at some point, they're not going to have control of their own bodies if they think they're hurting minorities. And also, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking during the Trump era, every little issues that they have, look at the one in Central Park, calling police on a black man who's bird watching. All right, so these things came to mind as I was reading these. I have 2 more on this topic, and I'm gonna do another video. Maybe it might intertwine with some Meghan issues, but not this, not the initiative that she did. Okay, she is calm, beautiful, intelligent, funny in her own right, carrying with instinct and insight. Yes, that's our queen, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking where Harry's saying, where I know I don't always have it right, but this one, he knows he made the right decision.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
This is that. Okay, he saw all of this in Meghan. That thing that I've always talked about before everyone knew they were dating. These kind of things were discussed. I don't know why I feel it in my bone. They discussed this because the facade that Harry saw was already a plus. Then when he realized he wants to go further, he wants to continue that relationship, this is where the honest talk of, if we proceed with our relationship, how are we gonna proceed? This I know was discussed. I guarantee you, I knew it was discussed, and this is where they made the deal.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah. Which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
And it's an immense change. You're getting a new country out of it, a husband obviously, but also giving up your
nice.
career.
This is nice.
Do you have that sense of responsibility, Prince Harry, for what you're asking Meghan to do?
Of course, that sense of responsibility was essentially from day one, or maybe a couple of months in, when I suddenly realised, actually, this is, you know, I know that I'm in love with this girl, and I hope that she's in love with me. But we still had to sit down on the sofa, and I still had to have some pretty, you know, frank conversations with her to say, look, you know, what you're letting yourself in for is, it's a big deal, and it's, you know, it's not. It's not easy for anybody, but I know that, you know, at the end of the day, she chooses me and I choose her, and therefore, you know, whatever we have to tackle together or individually will always be us together as a team. So, I think she's capable.
So
of,
nicely said, isn't it?
I don't know. She's capable of anything, and together, as I said, there's a hell of a lot of stuff and work that needs doing. At the moment, for us, it's going to be making sure that our relationship is always put first. But no, look, both of us have passions for wanting to make change for good, and you know, with lots of young people running around the Commonwealth, that's where we're going to spend most of our time, hopefully.
And it was really one of the first things we connected on. It was one of the first things we started talking about when we met, was just the different things that we wanted to do in the world and how passionate we were about seeing change. I think that was that's what got date 2 in the books, probably.
Plenty to talk about.
Okay, there's that. Okay, if you look at Prince Harry's recent life closely, perhaps last 2 years, you will notice that he has been more aware and alert. He is not killing time, but trying to accomplish and take over mountains. He is initiating himself to become the person he... Okay, there's that. The power of blogging. I'm not gonna read that article. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are 2 of Time's 100 most influential people. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were recognized for their philanthropic and advocacy work. Okay, Prince Harry, the Duke and Duchess, made his first appearance of the New Year virtual event, where he talked about cultivating the power of mental fitness through a bold commitment to inner work with Serena Williams. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, supplied the King Center for Nonviolent Social Change in Atlanta with black-owned food trucks to mark Martin Luther King Day. Another thing I want you guys to check out is the Obama Foundation YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Obama Foundation YouTube channel. There are a lot of things that's going on with the Obamas, with the centers that they're creating, Chicago, and there's something, the garden that Mrs. Obama, the foundation is creating, and they name it after Roosevelt. So go to YouTube channel and see how they're moving forward. And also another thing, those who have been following me when I just started, before I get that 200 followers, I think I have 2 videos where I spoke about what Archewell will be. Okay, and couple of them, and I think I said something, it's almost like the Obama Foundation thing, and in some shape or form I think I was right. Okay, so go back to that video, see what I've predicted, see if it makes sense now. This is why I like to do those prediction thing. You know, if I put my foot in the mouth, I put my foot in my mouth. It's just, I love to do those kind of initiative or thinking of what something might be or the outcome, just to see if I don't know. I think it's a game thing in my head. All right, let's continue. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, named most influential royal, beating the Queen. The Duchess of Sussex topped the ranking with a whopping 7.4 million searches on search platform Google in just 1 month. Okay, better up, the coaching startup that hired Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, nearly tripled its valuation, last values at $1.7 billion. Employees wellness startup Better Up raises funding at a $4.7 billion valuation as companies try to coach, and there's more. And was it on the video where Eugenie showed up at the Super Bowl with Harry? And I think I said in one of these videos that I won't be surprised if the NFL be part of Better Up. So I haven't heard anything yet, but I will not be surprised if I hear it. Okay, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and father to daughter Lily Loving wears a t-shirt wearing the word, quote, girl dad, end quote, and a new promotional video for his eco-travel initiative, Travelers. Okay, Meghan Markle took the time on Ellen DeGeneres, a show, to advocate for paid family leaves in the United States, one of her signature causes, emphasizing on how critical it is in those first few months to be together as a family. Yeah, especially if you had a C-section. Can you imagine? You could hardly move. You could hardly move because of, you know, of the C-section, and you have to take care of the child. Can you imagine that? This is why both need it. And there are some parents, okay, who can do that, where both of them take the parental leave at the same time, where perhaps the mom take the first whatever time that her job allow her to stay at home, and then after her time is up, she goes back to work. The father then take the time to be at home, the parental leave, because it's a lot. All right, 100% agreed. Madam Duchess, Meghan, powerful effect. Okay, quote, and somehow after everything she still bloomed and the way she was meant to, end quote. Morgan Harper Nichols, okay, and did a woman with substance. I love this pic so much. Strong woman, that's confidence. Okay, it's a pity those that hold them as above don't hold them in that class. Okay, so tiring. Okay, people who need that thanks Omid. People who in the need of that will understand. I didn't need Meghan to tell me that. I know, because I'm living it. I'm living it. Okay, next tweet. There's that. She ate this look up. Yep, look at this. She's killing it. She's killing it. I love that. And when you look at the jacket, the tone, very fluent. I don't know, it matches in a way that it's subtle. It doesn't like the colors. I'm talking about the white against the brown. It doesn't just, you know, one popped out of the other. It's just settled. All right, let's see. I'm not a fashion person, but you could see to the picture how settled the colors are. They like hands and glove. They fit well together. Okay, that's in French. This is when she was in her early pregnancy. Expect to see Montbéliard and something similar soon. Okay, the word, so was it Lyridis? I was there. They were rock star. Okay, and left no crumbs. True that. Generous. She came to serve. Yep. Big up yourself, my lady. LOL. Next tweet, and this is my last one, and then I guess I should do a prayer for that. Okay. Rain, rain, go away. Megan's here. We want her to stay. This is so cute. Rain, rain, go away. Megan's here. We want her to stay. This is so cute. I love her face. Look very. I don't know. There's something about her look. I don't know. Very attractive in a way. Alright. There she is. There's the rain. Was that in Australia? That's where she held the umbrella for Harry, I think, when Harry was making his speech. Or Harry had given his umbrella to someone, and then when he went to do his speech, he didn't have one. Meghan came in and held the umbrella for him, and then I think he came to hold the umbrella for Harry, and then Harry said, "My wife got it." This kind of thing. I remember because I used that clip on one of the videos, but I use it in a different term. My crazy brain went there. All right, there's that. Love the play card. All right, let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? What shall we pray about? Prayer. I don't know. The word opportunity came in my mind. For why? I don't know. Opportunity and I don't know. Guidance. I don't know. This is the other word that's coming in my head. Alright. Okay, Lord, I come seeking your guidance today. Help me to understand which career path is right for me right now. I am choosing not to lean onto my own understanding, but to instead acknowledge you, thus allowing you to guide and lead my footstep. Alright. Sometimes I try not to force those prayers. When I do force it, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, and they're just weird. All right, I'm going with these two. This one was first, and then I'll do that one. Okay, so it's right here. Okay, blessed Father, thank you for all the blessing you gave me. Thank you most for sending Jesus to earth to lead a life of righteousness. Like him, I want to serve others. Maybe that's why I was leaning toward that prayer. Like him, I want to serve others. That's what the Archewell, Harry and Meghan are doing. Teach me to put myself after others, even when it is hard. Open my mind to see the needs of those around me. Give me the opportunity to bless someone else like you've blessed me. Amen. This is, I guess this is why I was leaning toward that. That's exactly Harry and Meghan. Yes, they want to bless others as they have been blessed by God. Okay, there's the other one. Heavenly Father, I ask that you give me the opportunity to make an impact in those around me. Oh my God, this is them. This is them. These two prayers are exactly for them. Give me the confidence to serve needs and solve problems. I ask that you continue this good work in me. Help my words and deeds accelerate in holiness and impact. Use me as a disciple until the day of Christ's return. Amen. Oh my God. You could, I'm gonna get out of this. So you see how this is the way that I say the prayers. I can't really see the words, just, exactly what it says. It's just my instinct said, choose this, choose that. Okay? And I was like, you know what? I can't choose which one I should choose. So therefore, I'm going to choose both of them. They pretty much align with what the Sussexes are doing. May God continue to bless them. That's all I have to add on my own humanly words. But my goodness. Okay, that's it. And add your prayers. They need that prayer because the negative force is trying to stop them. But our prayers, where human eyes cannot see, will block those infiltration that those evil mind people are trying to do. Okay, this is why I keep doing those prayers. All right, that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to help support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate, or you could be a member. And as being a member is just a way for you to support me. That's it. Okay, and occasionally I'll put some videos out for members only, like some of the thing I mentioned in this video I had put for members. All right, so that's it. Thank you for your support, and thank you for trusting me. All right, that's it.